Welcome back to Hallowspeed. Coming up, we have the BPG13 with their Beat the Game run of House of the Dead 3. Welcome to Hallowspeed, BPG. How's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks. Looking forward to running House of the Dead for you guys.
Awesome, I can't wait. Would you like to give us a rundown of the game and your run?
Yeah, so just to go over this very quickly. So this is the House of Dead 3, the third installment in the House of Dead series, which I'm sure a lot of people here are very familiar with and have probably played it in the arcades. This was released in 2002. This is the PC version, and it's basically the category is to beat the game as fast as possible, and it is on the very easy difficulty. So don't be surprised if you end up like killing zombies very easily because it is on the easiest difficulty. And that's kind of all there is to it, really.
Awesome, sounds great. Would you like to count us down?
I can do that. Okay, so here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so to give this game a bit of context, so there is a story to this. We'll probably end up glossing over it because we are going to go extremely quick, or as fast as we can. I do apologise if you do hear a little bit of the mouse clicking. This is going to be played via a PC controller. Sorry, the mouse, should I say. PC controller, haha. Anyhow, so something to do with a guy called Dr. Curian. You guys may be familiar with it, but as far as I remember as the story goes, so this is kind of carrying on from the third game, I believe. So the guy that you end up playing as at the start of this game, this is a guy called Thomas Rogan. Thomas Rogan is actually a character that was in the first House of the Dead. Now, you're thinking, ooh, okay, so we have a character from the first game. Yes, we do. This first chapter, it's very short. It's about a minute and 20 seconds, minute 30, give or take. And it's basically like a point A to point B run that this game does. So, for those that don't know, House of Dead is basically a rail shooter where the game plays for you, as in moves for you, and you've got to just do the killing yourself. So all we're going to be doing is, we're not actually going to be doing any of the moving. All we've got to do is move our cursor around. So it's just as simple as that. And that is literally the end of chapter 0, but we'll just call it the prologue, shall we say. So after this, we get a nice little cutscene. Now, we are going to be skipping a lot of the cutscenes, so I'm going to try and explain a bit of the stuff. So, basically, the guy we played as, Thomas Rogan, he actually goes missing, and we are then going to go and look for him as Lisa Rogan and G, who, funnily enough, was also in the first House of the Dead, so isn't that nice? Also, there is a few nice little bonuses on the screen, so we're going to try and get as plenty of them as we can, as you can see. So some of these will be hidden away in the background, some of them maybe not. So for example, there is that frog there. These two guys appear out of nowhere. And make sure we kill them fast enough. Also want to try and make sure that we get these guys. Shooting them in the head, as any zombie expert will tell you, is the ideal way to get rid of them. We also have these special sections here, where we need to protect our partner. If we do that, we get a bonus life, so we're going to do that. There's also, I didn't actually know this, but there's a bonus section you can get, which is if you finish every single one of these partner rescues, and also we're just going to shoot this barrel and get the coin there. So we get these interactive cutscenes and stuff like that. But anyhow, as I was saying, so if you save your partner in every single one of these partner rescues, you actually get like a special bit right before the last boss. Also, we do get to fight a couple of bosses in this game, so you may be familiar. And that's going to defend him off. Hey, we've got to actually shoot him, we've got to deal with him 4 times. So we're going to make sure that under no circumstances do we let him get near us. Also, more steel. Ideally what we want to do is, we will hopefully, there we go, that was good. So it's all about the score, and also the way this game is measured, we get the bonus life there. As we get through this game, it's actually measured by in-game time, so not only, obviously I've set a decent estimate for RTA wise, so we're all good, don't worry. But this game is primarily, when submitting to a leaderboard, is actually is IGT, so just bear that in mind. This is being played on the PC version of the game. There is actually a Xbox version as well, and obviously, if you want to, you can play this in arcades if you can find one. I do believe these machines are still around, but they're not as much as you think. There we go, good stuff. Kill the first bit there. I'm going to skip that there. And that gets us through the first stage. Also got an S rank, nice. Which means we get 2 bonus lives, so we're already fully equipped with 2 bonus lives. Now, to mention, get on to the next bit, I'm going to go a bit quicker sometimes. I do apologise if I miss things and forget to follow them up. But there is actually a segment, as you might have just seen, that we got to choose between 3 levels. Now, we're going to play them in the order that we play them in. First of all, because I believe that's the quickest way. And second of all, that seems like the most obvious way as well. So, we'll be playing them in that order. However, it is worth noting that you can play these missions in any order. So, we're going to make sure we get this guy. Also, what the hell are these things? I don't know. Also, it's Nemesis from Resident Evil 2. Haha. Also, you may notice as well that some of the graphics are a bit glitchy, but that is because this is the PC version of the game. I don't know why, but I don't know whether that's to do with a modern system or because of other stuff. Also, if we're early enough, which we were quite early there. Wasn't quite what I wanted to do, that's fine. If we actually fail one of these partner rescues, it's not the end of the world. In fact, it's actually faster if we fail at least one of them, so I'd rather get that out of the way now than later on. So, for those that don't know, are aware of the House of Dead storyline, allow me to kind of fill you in. So, the House of Dead 1 takes place in a mansion that is being run by a nutcase simply known as Dr. Curian. He's creating these biological... Should we say biological creatures? Obviously they're zombies to us, aren't they? But they are what they are. He calls them biological creatures. It's always death fast, to be honest. They're fun, to be honest. He calls them biological, but we always call them zombies. Because why the heck not? Anyway, so we have to stop in the first one. You have to stop Dr. Curian. However, in the sequel, that turns into I think it's a European town of some sort. Something like that you have to stop them from. And then this one takes place in the near future. Now the thing is, unlike in most of the House of Dead games, the storyline doesn't take place in order. So, for example, the first one takes place in, I think it's 1998. The second one takes place in 2000 with... Also, we're going to try and grab that coin, which we do. Make sure I killed it. Ow. So you just have to be careful with that guy. It's always hard to get them guys, I don't know why. Also, sorry to all the bats there. So, unlike in most of the games, like I said, the games do not run in order. So you've got the first 2 games, which are set in, I think it's December 18th, 1998. That is the first game. The second game is set in 2000, and then the third game, if I'm not mistaken, is set in 2019, which is kind of scary, really. Although I think it'd be more adequate if it was set in 2020. But anyway, the fourth game, I believe, is set in 2003. Also, I want to make sure that I get... You ideally want to get him stopped there as much as you can. If you shoot him whilst he's stuck like that, you can actually hurt him. So after the second set of shots, he actually stops like that. And then now he does this weird thing with his foot. I don't know why. Also, so he will get me with his foot there. And I don't know if he's going to come back at me. There he is. So now he does this weird thing where he goes across his... It goes with his paw. So you'll notice how much harder it is to get his paw. Okay, come on, one more time. He's going to get me again. I don't mind him hurting me too much. It's not too bad. And luckily now he can go like that. Nice. So this boss is actually always a pain. I always find it very difficult. Although it's not as painful as the final one, so just bear that in mind. Also, whilst he's hung on here like this, we can still shoot his health down. I don't know how I didn't hit that, but okay, we'll keep going. I can actually keep shooting him. There we go. Finally, there we go. Got rid of him. He did. It's gone. So it's like a sloth-like creature, apparently. I think that probably would have been... Oh, it was an S rank. Nice. So I got me 2 bonus lives. I forgot to mention. So, this game, obviously, I was saying before about the level thing. I do apologise. So, depending on which order you want to pick them. So, this has the fortunate part of you have 3 levels after you complete the first chapter. You can play these in any order, but just know that depending on the order you play them, it will depend on the route that you take during the 3 levels. So, for example, this level tends to work the same each time you play it, but not all the time. Sometimes it can be slightly different. Also, thankfully this mission, we're actually going to defeat this thing, and let's just hope that he stays the heck away from us. I'm going to make sure we get rid of these guys. So I always take these guys out on the left, and then taking these guys out here is a lot easier. Also, they're always quite difficult. Shoot straight away when that guy comes around the corner. So now, we get these guys here. And take these guys out. Oh, the ending. This is something I forgot to mention before. So, the ending to this game has, I think it's one of 5 endings. I could be wrong. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's got one of 5 endings, something like that. So, depending on the route, I think it's the route you take and the levels, the grades that you get in the levels. So, for example, say you get A's and S's all the way. Yeah, say you got an A and an S all the way through the game, then that means that you can you get like the best ending. I'm hoping we get the best ending because it's quite funny. So
hey,
fingers
BPG.
crossed. Hello.
We have a raid. Waifu, thank you so much for your raid. Welcome on in, everybody. We really appreciate your support.
Thank you very much. Also, welcome to House of the Dead 3, too. Also, this part I always find is very easy to lower his health. Also, just be aware, when you turn around, this guy is usually stood right there. He's waiting for you right there. Don't worry, we'll come back to him eventually. If I can, hopefully I can. Nice. Also, your accuracy doesn't have to be 100%, but if you know exactly what bosses to get and in what order, it definitely helps a heck of a lot. Also, these 2 guys always come out of there. There's 2 guys that come from the vents above. So we're going to take this guy out straight away. I always seem to get that one, I don't know why. Okay, good. Got past there. Nice. So this boss is back again. Here we go again. Now luckily, that part is usually a bit easier, but then it's round 2. And luckily, we got him again. So, he's done. Also, say hello to Texas Chainsaw Part 2. 2 guys instead of 1 this time. Also, where the heck did he go? This guy's like Houdini all of a sudden. So, there is a guy that's behind the door here. And, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, so there's these birds here, which we're going to want to try and get. I do believe it. Oh, my bad. Oh, no. Clipped outside the window. My bad. That was close. My bad. Okay. Thank God for that. Also, let's... Nice. Okay, good. That was very close. Thank God I didn't mess that up. Also, he's still alive somehow, despite taking several shotgun bullets to the face. And we have no clue why he's still alive, but anyway. So once you defeat this guy, he's gone once and for all. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the hardest. Now luckily, even if you take damage there, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm pretty sure we should be alright. Also, back again.
Just back off already.
So, this part in particular is very difficult, especially towards the end now, because now... There we go, good stuff. Nice. I managed to get a go. Normally I get hurt by him, but luckily... He did. We dealt with him. And that is stage 3 done. Hopefully get this. Yeah! Thanks for 9 lives again. It's actually quite nice as well. And also because we've only got 1 level left, that is the only one we're going to do. You'll notice that I do skip a lot of the cutscenes. It does explain the story, and I could explain bits and pieces of the story, but unfortunately, because I'm constantly trying to focus on getting the enemies and getting them dealt with, I ideally do not want to mess anything up, if that makes sense. I do apologise for that. But all you kind of got to know is Rogan's gone missing, and it's up to his daughter Lisa to find out what's happened to her father. Also, some sort of tentacle monsters coming after us now. Also, this chainsaw guy is back again. Squid boys, yeah. It's Squidward! Except zombie form. There he is again. So now we get these squid-like creatures. Also, this is the only level in the game, I believe, that has a... that you have to kill the zombies, and then there's a boss fight, like, near the end of the stage. So rather than you have just... yeah, so rather than you have just... oh, okay, you've got the stage, and then you have the boss at the end. This one actually has the boss that you don't need, or don't want to deal with. Then you've got the rest, so you have to make sure things go alright. Also, nice. For those wondering why I just like getting score all the time, or trying to get the score up, it's because if I get score, then it helps quite a bit. Oh god, no, don't do this again. Nice. Phew. Clipped outside the window again, I do apologise. It's quite close to the edge of my OBS, so I need to be careful. Should be fine. Also, these two guys here, pretty easy. And with that, we are now on to the 4th boss in the game, which is called Sun. Now, this actually has a weak spot here. Now, luckily, if I'm lucky with this... nice. This one's actually, in my opinion, apart from the final boss, this is actually one of the hardest. Just because it can take a ridiculous amount of damage. And if you're not careful... nice. I just managed to get it before it tried killing me. Like I said, there is a... like, an ending part to this level. However... what we want to do is make sure we kill this thing as fast as possible. So its head pops out like this. Now luckily, if it spits in the air like that, nice. We got that done. And there's also 2 cutscenes as well, which again we're gonna skip for obvious reasons. And there's also 2 guys here. Oh, maybe not. I thought the wrong part. There we go. Nice. We got 9 lives again. Good stuff. I've also got this friendly chap here. So there's obviously a lot of shooting. Like I said, for those that have never played House of Dead 3 before, this is more an on-rails shooter. Also, that is Chapter 4 done and dusted. So for that, we're going to get bonus score. Nice. So this is the final chapter in the game. It's called Wheel of Fate. Now, you don't really see much of it. There is actually an unskippable cutscene which can help with actually explaining a bit of the final boss. Thankfully, it's one that I cannot skip, so you'll see some of it, and then that's kind of it, really. There's not a lot to it other than, yeah. It's the run up to the final boss, though. So these enemies here are a bit of a pain. You have to kill them very quickly, because otherwise you'll be in a lot of trouble. So, for example, these 3 things here can really hurt you. Thank God that didn't hurt me. Nice. Oh, so he wanted... He wanted a hug, didn't he? So... And now, we've got a different character. So, for those that are a bit like, what the? So, what happened there was we actually have a character swap, and that is to do with the story. Now, the main reason of the story is, turns out that Lisa's father was not actually dead, as she originally feared. So she goes into this thinking her dad's dead or very seriously hurt, and thankfully, he is not. Ow. Nice. But we do a character swap, which is Daniel Curian is actually the guy that saved Thomas Rogan, and Thomas Rogan is actually Dr. Curian's son. So yeah, big spoiler alert for that part of the series, but yeah. That's kind of the basic knowledge on this one. Also, I can get the basic life from here. Nice. Nice. Okay, good. We got to the final boss, which is now where I can have a quick breather for about 20 seconds or so. So, this is Curian, aka Dr. Curian's resurrection, about 20 years after he died at the hands of his own creation. He's now like the Silver Surfer of the House of Dead series, so yeah. And his weak spot, believe it or not, is that big circle thing on his chest. So guess what we've got to do? Yep, you guessed it. It's now about a 3-minute shootout with this thing. Now, depending on what he wants to do... Nice. Also, for those that are wondering, I can probably guess... Okay, I shot at the wrong moment. Ow. Okay, maybe not. So I need to try and get his health down as much as I can. The thing is, as well, is you get his health down, and it's more at the halfway stage, I'd say. If I can get him. I'm here, Kurian. Alright, I got you. Okay, can I get you? Yes, I can. Nice. Also, he just goes through us like nothing. This fight takes on a whole new meaning to just aiming for the circle on his chest. What you now need to do is, as he's turning, you need to make sure you hurt him. Nice. So, time's actually going to be coming up fairly soon. It's actually going to be when we shoot his chest. So, give me a sec. Also, he tends to fire quite a few of these things at you. Okay, so I think we might need one more go at him. And time! And that is Dr. Kurian finally dead. Also, you're in for a bit of a treat because we have an ending which, if I've got it, I'm pretty sure I have, you get to see a really funny ending, so just stick around. We always have to watch this ending, but also the other thing as well is that we also need to wait for in-game time just to see. I mean, for me it probably isn't a PB, but that's fine.
You've got bigger problems to worry about.
You're not my
So Daniel Kurian and Lisa Rogan are finally going to defeat him once and for all with a massive explosion, just like they did at the end of the first game. So hopefully this is the one with the funny ending. I'm hoping I've got the funny ending.
I'm no longer bound by the past. I begin walking toward the future.
Hey, let's go. They're waiting for us.
So if you guys want to run this, by the way, feel free to do so. It's quite an easy run. Obviously it is on the very easy difficulty, of course. This game, I believe, is available, actually. Other than I mentioned before, how it's available on the original Xbox and on PC. It is backwards compatible on Xbox 360 if you still got one of those and you get the Xbox version of the game. It works through backwards compatibility. If you can find this at an arcade shop, then obviously feel free to give it a try running there if they let you record and all that good stuff. The PC version obviously is the easiest version to run. However, if you've got a Nintendo Wii, there was a game which was House of Dead 2 and 3 released on that platform, and 3 was on there. Yeah, this is the funny ending. There you go.
What? Hey, Dad!
Rogan's leaving us! But hang on a minute. No, he's not. He's there. So, what? What the hell's going on? Just like, what's wrong? I don't know. What's happened? Turns out Zombie Joe has nicked the truck. At least leaves the own thing of it.
Hey, that's my car, you slimy bastards! Say
The funny.
your prayers.
So that's one of 5 endings. Apparently that's the best ending, but I always call it the funny ending for them reasons. And that's it. End. We do get to say our final time. Don't think it was a PB. Wasn't far off. It was a full S rank. I'm very happy with that. Damn. So what does that get me? Special Agent. Hell yes. Which means I get to put myself on the leaderboards. And obviously save my progress. And then, yeah, that is it. So it ends with a game over, but yeah, there you go. That is House of Dead 3. Feel free to run any of the games, by the way. Apart from the first 3 are available on PC if you want to get hold of those. The 4th one is on the PS3 and obviously arcades. You can get hold of House of Dead Overkill, which is available on the Wii and on the PS3 as well. And obviously arcades, of course. All the games are available in the arcade shops if you can find a machine that does it. And obviously the new one, House of Dead Scarlet Dawn. There may be one or two that I may be missing, but yeah, House of Dead Scarlet Dawn is the newest one. I've had a go at that, it's quite tough. But yeah, if you guys want to have a crack at this game, feel free to do so. I guarantee it might take a couple of attempts to get used to where everything is, like where the enemies appear from stuff, but eventually it'll become like clockwork, and once you do, it's just about nailing your shots and making sure that you don't get eaten by the zombies. Anyway, I think that just about covers House of Dead 3. Thanks again to Hallowspeed Marathon for having me, and thanks to you guys for all watching as well. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
GG's, BPG. Thanks so much for being here with us at Hallowspeed and for taking us through your run of House of the Dead 3. It was really awesome. Do you have any shoutouts?
Other than to the House of Dead community, I think there's a guy called Taser or something, Taser versus the World, who is a pretty damn good House of Dead player. So if you want to see like some of the really good runs, definitely recommend out. I think it's Tanya versus the World actually. You can find his YouTube channel. I believe he's Japanese, but he speaks English and stuff like that. If you want to watch a really good House, I'm not the best House of Dead player, I'll admit. But if you want to go and watch someone who really can get it down, like as in not just like one of the House of Deads, pretty much all of them or most of them, definitely recommend going watching him and checking him out. But yeah, I think other than that, that's about it.
Awesome. And everybody, don't forget, you can find the Thebpg13 at twitch.tv/thebpg13. Thanks so much for being here.
No worries, thank you very much for having me.
A huge thanks to everyone for being here and for your donations. We have a £4.20 donation from Cult Following. Thank you so much, Cult Following. In addition to being here for some wicked good speedruns, we're here to support an amazing cause. Right now, thousands of animals are suffering silently with no chance of ever receiving veterinary care. Like you, we don't think this is fair. Worldwide Veterinary Services provides free expert care to animals in need all over the world. We do this by sending vets where they are needed most, training them to increase the standard of care globally, and by shipping urgent aid supplies worldwide every week of the year. We'll be taking a quick break, so this will be a great time to stand up, stretch, and stay hydrated. When we come back, we'll have Crazy Gaming Days with their guitar percent run of Resident Evil 3 Remake.